Have you ever gotten ready to watch the big game, like maybe the Super Bowl? Can you imagine what the Super Bowl would look like if nobody went to the game or watched it on TV? If they just played the game all alone? Not much of an adventure, right? Not that exciting. Imagine a silent Super Bowl. Imagine the same thing in life, because life, it's not supposed to be in solitude, just like the Super Bowl is not supposed to be meant to be played in solitude either. See, last week we said that prayer is a decision that leads to the adventure of knowing God. This week we're talking about one of the keys to staying on that adventure, and the key is community, or maybe a more fresh way to say it is to have a crew. We were wired for connection. We were wired to be known by someone, and the church is designed from its beginnings to make that happen. It says, confess your sins to each other and pray for each other so that you may be healed. So go ahead and take a second and tell somebody your worst sin. Go ahead. Of course not. You would never do that in a big group. But don't miss this. Getting real was God's idea for his people. We prefer to hide our flaws, but check this out. If you don't share the real you, you're basically saying that you don't really want to be known. But you do want to be known. We all do. And being known is a massive key to staying or getting on the adventure of faith. James says that when you confess your sins to each other, you get healed, not physically. He's just saying that something happens on the inside when we do something on the outside. But we can't do that in a big room. Too many people, too much potential for gossip, too hard to encourage each other. So the writer of Hebrews says, let us consider how to spur one another on toward love and good deeds. He says, let's figure out how to do this. It's a one another thing. Be in each other's lives so that you can figure out how to individually do this. These are not commands for a large group. Paul says church is supposed to look like this. If someone is caught in a sin, you who live by the Spirit should restore that person gently, not public humiliation in front of a big church. He says things like carry each other's burdens. How can I carry your burdens unless I know your burdens? It can't happen in a large group church. I can't carry everybody's stuff. The only way to carry anybody's burdens is to know what their burden is. He says, accept one another just as Christ accepted you. Do you know why God accepted you the way that you are? So he could transform you into who he wanted you to be. He doesn't want to leave you that way. He wants to transform you into who he wants you to be. And that will happen when you surround yourself by people who are being transformed in a group. A circle, a group, a crew. Here's the truth, life happens in circles. That's where everybody knows each other. That's where you find acceptance and life change and encouragement and burden carriers. That's where transformation happens. You find out that everybody still loves you no matter what you've done. People start saying, yeah, me too. You find out you're not alone. Others are going through what you're going through, and you can challenge each other to grow and to fight and not give up. Circles are better than rows at church because life happens in circles. And unless you have a great circle, a great crew, you'll likely give up on the adventure of knowing God. See, you're not as good as you need to be yet, and a circle can help you get there. We all want to be known and loved, because when we get known, we get better.